Yo, what is happening, everybody? It is time for the Stochastic So Rare show. We're going to be talking about the upcoming slate. Usually, we're doing the show on Thursday, but we had to move it for a couple of reasons. Mostly seems to inconvenience Jordan Klein. That seemed like a very good reason to move the show from Thursday to Monday, is to make sure that Jordan was uncomfortable as possible. He's already informed us that he has to use the toilet, and we're not going to let him. So we have to make sure that Jordan Klein is uncomfortable. So we move the show from Thursday to Monday. It fits into Neil's schedule a little bit better. Doesn't fit into Jordan's schedule as well, but nobody cares about Jordan. So as you guys come in, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you were checking out Sorare for the first time, use the link below to sign up. It's totally free to sign up at Sorare. When you use our link, they are going to know that we are the ones who send you. Neil, are you happy with yourself now that you requested that we move the show from Thursday to Monday?
Now that I know that Jordan really has to go to the bathroom in the show, yeah, it really makes it worth it.
There we go. And that's all that matters in the end, is that we've gotten, by the way, Kyle B23, the flannel god himself, not quite, but Neil is here. This is more softball, Neil, right? Although actually bucket hat Neil as well. I see you've joined the team.
Oh yeah, I'm big time. Team bucket hat. Now that I tried it on, Greg, my self-confidence just went through the roof when I put on that bucket hat.
Are you going to start wearing it regularly? I wear it around my house, by the way, now.
I have not worn it outside of that one photo op that I did so far. I can't really wear it on shows because I have the headphones that I use. I don't know. Maybe I figured that out. I could do it, but yeah. So far, just that one appearance.
Kyle B23 saying hashtag Team Bucket Hat in the YouTube channel, and then also DJ Local shouting out that it's an interesting week. So few teams playing 4 games, which we do have that to talk about here, which is going to be the case because Monday's a smaller slate. Thursday's a smaller slate. So not a lot of spots where we can leverage teams that are playing, more games than other teams. And we'll be looking through that schedule in a second here. I know Neil also recorded a short video on demand for this. So if you guys want more information about Sorare from Neil, go check that out on the YouTube channel as well. Neil, how did you do on the last slate for the lineup that we built on, what was it, Thursday?
So it cashed. So I won a limited tier 4, which Jordan can open for us. Yeah, so I'll take it if it cashes. It wasn't the best, in part because Zach Wheeler got, I believe, negative fantasy points, so that kind of hurt me. When your starting pitcher goes negative fantasy points against the Nationals, not ideal. But other than that, the bats did well. I had Castellanos had a great week. I don't remember who else I had, but the bats did really well. Strider was fine, and or whoever I played at relief pitcher was fine, and then just Zach Wheeler really let it down.
Yeah, Wheeler got lit up by the Nationals on Friday, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he did not pitch well at all. So that was definitely something that would have hurt your lineup a little bit. And we were all excited because that was the prize you got from the slate before, was you pulled that. I know,
it was like Wheeler perfect card. Timing.
Yeah, and then he came back to screw you there. By the way, Kyle B saying you can wear the bucket hat if you don't have your headphones on top of your head, but like behind your head. Would that work?
I did this. Yeah, that might work. Feels like they're going to fall off when I have them like this.
What does your wife think about the look with the bucket hat?
She was very excited about it. Clearly, I thought she loved the bucket hat. Yeah, that was the only feedback I got was nonverbal, but non-verbally, I think she was telling me, great look.
Yeah. So could you maybe recreate what the look on her face was when you put it on?
Something like that, just shaking her head, kind of.
Nice. Yeah. That's the same excitement Eric has when I put on the bucket hat.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Yeah, very similar feedback that we got from that as well. So let's actually, Jordan, could you let's see what prize Neil got. So let's open that reward that he got. Claim. Oh, you have 2 rewards here.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I think in the common contest, it must be everybody wins a prize. So I need to start playing that more because my common cards are so bad. I've just been like, it's not even worth it to play. But I got like 28,000 out of 29,000 and still won a common card.
Well, let's see. Who is it? It is Yanir Diaz, who actually was like on GPP winning lineups for regular DFS contest yesterday. Catcher who ended up homering. But all right, so you got the Yanir Diaz there. And then let's see the reward we really care about. From the limited pro, we said this was a tier 4.
It is
Braves relief pitcher.
I was hoping for Strider.
Colin McHugh Strider would have been a good one. Not that he's going to be tier 4.
No,
Colin McHugh's kind of not a bad one because he is a long reliever. It's going to be impossible to know when he's going to pitch, when he's not going to pitch. Yeah. But if you take that out of it, you do have a relief pitcher who's capable of pitching multiple innings.
That's true. I guess on the slates when Spencer Strider does not have a start, I consider playing Colin McHugh there.
All right, there we go. So I think now we could kind of start to look ahead to the slate upcoming. We've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I want to know, Neil, because you already recorded a video. Do you remember which particular stacks it was you were kind of gravitating towards? Do we have Coors Field for the next few days?
We do have Coors, so it's the Giants are in Coors Field. I don't have any of those cards yet. I didn't like buy them on my stream. I thought about that. That might be something I go ahead and do because as I was looking at them, the Giants cards are not all that expensive. Like you can get basically any. I think any Giants bat is under $10. So you can go pick up Tyro Estrada, JD Davis. Target a few of those. We do have 4-game slates from a few teams. We've got Tampa, Toronto, the Reds, the Brewers. Off the top of my head, all have 4 games. So but none of them are in like great matchups. So it's not a week where really any stack stands out to me as like by far the best stack. Like there are some slates where it's like, oh, this team has 4 games in Coors. We had that a couple weeks ago, I think, with the Marlins, and it was like, yeah, this is obviously the stack you want to play. I don't think we have anything like that this week.
So here's another part of this question then. How much do you want to prioritize teams that are playing 4 games compared to the teams that are maybe in a better matchup but are playing 3 games?
I think that I prefer teams in a better matchup with 3 games, just because you can also get negative fantasy points, like for strikeouts as a batter. So I think in general, if I mean, it's a scale, a sliding scale, obviously. Like it depends on how tough the matchup is. But in general, I think I'd prefer three games against in better matchups rather than 4 games in tough matchups.
Yeah, and I see we've got Kyle in chat is saying that the Jays are also playing 4 games. If we didn't mention them, I can't remember all the teams you listed off, but yes, the Blue Jays also have 4 games, and not a bad team to target. I'm going to pull up some of the pitching matchups they're going against.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got them against Brandon Bielak on Monday. Hunter Brown on Tuesday. That's less good. Wednesday, they are against Blanco from the Astros. So it's funny, like they have the Houston Astros, but it seems they're drawing the weaker pitchers from the Astros, which is definitely a benefit. Framber Valdez on Thursday, though. So Thursday, Tuesday, you got tough matchup against Framber Valdez and Hunter Brown. But the Wednesday, Monday matchups are actually fairly decent. And then another point in here brought up by Coltrane is that there are more games. The teams that play 4 games also maybe a little more likely that a player will sit from those games than the other one. So
True.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also something to bring into consideration. Here's something else I'm going to add to that. The players in general that are most likely to sit in baseball games, it's when teams play in the afternoon. That's so like Sunday, prime rest day for baseball teams. They play Saturday night. Sunday, then I know we don't have a Saturday, Sunday situation here, but we do have Wednesday, Thursday. So if you look at teams like the Dodgers and the Reds, the D-backs and the Nationals, the Twins and the Rays, Orioles, Brewers, Rockies, Giants, those are the spots where afternoon games following a night game, teams are a little more apt to rest some players. So something definitely to consider. And as Kyle B also points out in chat, or travel the day after. Yeah, travel situations. Those are the kind of spots where those afternoon games where players are a little bit more likely to get rested. Like White Sox, Yankees, they play Thursday night. Not quite as likely to get a rest in those kind of scenarios. But let's pull up your cards here, Neil, and maybe we'll start building out a lineup here and see what we're really looking at.
All right. Good call. Let's do it.
Limited Pro, Jordan Klein, if you could be so kind. Look at Jordan pinching the cheeks and staying with us for the long haul here.
Really proud of you, Jordan. All right, so we do have
some of the matchups here.
We had Zach Wheeler, of course, had that great matchup last week, right after World Card. He's got another great matchup this week. I forget who it is that he's actually facing off the top of my head, but it was once again just another great matchup.
At home against the Tigers.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some decisions to make here because we've got Strider is pitching against Strider's going to be a no-brainer anyway. Strider's pitching against the Mets, but to go play him in the relief pitcher spot. Jordan, go to the relief pitcher spot and just put Strider in there for now. Just click on the relief pitcher and plug Strider in. Easy decision there.
Yep. First spot we go to.
Here's a decision point we're going to have to make though, Neil. We just mentioned Zach Wheeler, who really was a letdown for us, really for you, but I feel like we're on the same team to build these lineups.
That's true.
Zach Wheeler got his ass kicked by the by the Washington Nationals the other day. He has a start upcoming against the Washington Nationals. And Shane McClanahan, let's see, McClanahan pitches against the Twins. The Twins offense, I know you like your Minnesota Twins, Neil, but that offense is dog shit right now. They have,
well, they're all hurt.
Yeah, that's the point. They're
Yeah.
all hurt. So
Right.
our options here: do we go with Shane McClanahan? Do we go with Zach Wheeler, or do we play both of them and throw one of them into the utility?
I actually kind of like that idea, just because, as I said, I don't think that this is the best slate for bats. So kind of makes sense to maybe play a couple pitchers here. Get three in the lineup total. Well. Yeah.
That also, based on what we're talking about, teams only playing 3 games, some of them potential for rest because of the afternoon. I do think that this is a spot where it makes more sense to play both pitchers. And there's a lot of spots that make sense to play 2 pitchers. But today in particular, or I should say for the next, few days, this upcoming slate, Jordan, let's click on Shane McClanahan and Zach Wheeler. Let's plug both of them in.
Coltrane saying Wheeler redemption. And yeah, I got to Zach Wheeler as it was a tier 2. Like I kind of was surprised that Zach Wheeler was in tier 2. So I was very excited about that poll.
Wheeler redemption, number one, you got the card as a reward, but then also chance for him to redeem himself and help out your lineups here.
Exactly. Right away.
So go to the utility spot at the end, Jordan. Yeah, the flex. Yeah, and then plug in Wheeler there. There we go. All right, so now we've got some decisions to make. We've got a Coors Field. We've got a Coors Field game.
Yep.
And what are the pitching matchups for that game? The individual pitchers to be determined. It looks like we don't have pitchers for Wednesday, for Tuesday for the Giants. Yeah, we don't even know who the Giants are going to be pitching in this series. So we're not going to be able to make really any decisions about who we want to base this based on the starting pitchers because undecided. They haven't been announced yet. Do you want to go towards the Coors Field bats anyway, or is there a different team you have in your collection you want to be looking at here?
So I did just pick up a Thairo Estrada and a JD Davis. So I think that those are cards I'm going to want to use here because I know whoever the Rockies are pitching is not going to be very good. So I can feel confident in whoever the away team is playing in Coors Field. Generally, it's going to be a great matchup. So I think Estrada would be middle infielder. JD Davis outfield, I believe, is the only eligibility. I could be wrong there. Oh, never mind. JD Davis is corner infielder. Where would we rather? He's only third base eligible. So yeah, let's throw JD Davis in there.
And by the way, when I said before starters are to be determined, that's from the Giants side. We do have some pitchers for the Rockies. Dinelson Lamet is pitching on Tuesday. I used to really like Lamet. I thought he was a pitcher with a lot of upside, had terrific stuff. He's kind of garbage now. And by the way, we've seen him make a handful of starts this year. 13.17 ERA, including one recently where he just got his ass kicked in Arizona. So it's not like he's only exclusively pitching at Coors Field and getting lit up. He's getting lit up everywhere. So we got Dinelson Lamet on Tuesday with his very cool north of 13 ERA. Wednesday, we don't quite have the Rockies pitcher announced yet, nor for Thursday. But we do know that Lamet is going to be pitching on Tuesday. And that in itself, I think, is enough reason to look at some of those Giants bats. Middle infielder. We've got Ryan McMahon as an option. By the way, McMahon's having a really solid year for real life and for fantasy. So that's something to consider for sure. Keep scrolling down. Who are the other options that we have here?
I think I have Thairo Estrada here.
Yeah, Kyle B saying, you're saying an ERA north of 13 isn't good. Depends if you're going for the high score or not. But no, not really. Thairo Estrada. Yes.
I need to scroll down more. Okay. Yeah, search.
We're just typing Estrada. Oh, look at Jordan with the caps locks on.
Very good. Very good, Jordan. Wait, is he hurt? I thought it showed a little icon there.
So let's see. The most recent news on Thairo Estrada. Let's pull up Thairo Estrada. It's funny for something like baseball, unless like a key player, it's sometimes it's hard to like be super up to date with all of the individual injury news on some of the individual players, just because it's not like basketball where we're just waving.
I was waving back to Kyle B's 1-year-old who's waving at us apparently.
Oh, okay. So anyway, Thairo Estrada has been on the injured list. He's expected to be activated Tuesday, though. Okay. Here's the question. Are you willing to roll the dice knowing that he's only likely to be activated and it's not guaranteed?
I think so. Considering I already bought the card, at this point, I'm pot committed, I think.
All right. Tyler Estrada it is then. I mean, you've got other good options too. We could also go with
That is true.
we could go with McMahon.
Yeah, that's true. I could just make that. Okay, let's go with McMahon instead of Estrada.
Outfield.
That makes sense.
What do we want to do with outfield?
We do have 4 games for the Brewers, so I could play Christian Yelich here.
Okay. 4 games for the Brewers. You've also got Charlie Blackmon, though, who correlates with McMahon.
Yeah, let's throw back Blackmon in. That's a good call.
Okay.
Yelich and Blackmon. We got 2 outfield spots, I believe.
Okay. So Blackmon.
Or it's just a hitter spot.
Shout out to Kyle B's son also, as Neil said, the 1-year-old watching the program here. Big baseball fan, Kyle, the kid. Who does he think we should play? This is actually, here's how we're going to determine. Kyle, I want you to ask your 1-year-old whether he thinks that Christian Yelich or Charlie Blackmon are better options. He's a big Guardians fan, the kid.
Nice.
All right, well, we don't have any. All right, I don't think that this is going to be the best fantasy advice. We don't have Guardians players to go to.
Yeah.
Sorry to be a disappointment, but you can only play like Ards or Delt here. We
Coltrane
could also play
points
Yelich
out,
and Blackmon.
we got 3 righties. Coltrane says thinks we have 3 righties pitching for the Rockies, so maybe left-handed bats for San Francisco is the way to go. Of course, I mean, we do still always have the risk of pinch hitters with the Giants, but yeah, it seems like a good spot to go there.
Yeah, keep scrolling down though. Just kind of curious what some of the other options we have here, because we've got Neil's amassing his collection. He's got his Philadelphia Phillies, which when Mike is producing, he's always excited about.
He just clicks them no matter who we say.
Yeah, that is true. Which would have worked last slate, especially yesterday. We got the home runs out of Kyle Schwarber. Did you play the Phillies yesterday? Were they on your roster?
Yes, I believe so.
Nice.
I used the Sims tool yesterday to make my lineups for the first time and got to.
Well, I also meant
nice
though
bats.
for Sorare. Did you?
For Sorare. I do not believe I played my Phillies last week.
Okay. I was gonna say it would have been a good day, and yeah, we had the.
Wait, no, yes, I did because I had Castellanos. I think I did. I think that's probably why I got into the cash.
Okay. Yeah, keep scrolling down a little bit, Jordan. I'm just curious if there's anybody else here that catches our eye. I do agree. I think 4 games for Yelich is probably better than 3 games of some players, even if they're better hitters.
Right.
Kyle B. Son agrees. Yeah, and then some players who are on the injured list here. Like Chris Bryant would be great to fill out the rest of your Rocky stack, but he's on the injured list. Oh, my God. So this is what we have to close the show with. This is incredible. By the way, if you guys haven't done it yet, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are signing up at Sorare for the first time, use the link below. Jordan, click submit on that lineup. Click submit. So that lineup is good to go. Breaking news. According to Kyle B, the little 1-year-old, has a bucket hat. It is all of the rage right now. He's officially part of the team. I've got a bucket hat. Neil's got a bucket hat. Little Kyle B's got a bucket hat. We love to see it. The bucket hats are all the rage right there. Did you see? I tweeted Shohei Ohtani was wearing a bucket hat at the game the other day.
Tyler Harrow.
Yeah, it's in. We started a trend, and I'm happy to keep it going, especially if it is going to make Eric uncomfortable, although maybe not quite as uncomfortable as Jordan Klein is right now. So it is time to wrap up. It is time to wrap up the show. Jordan's got to go, drop the kids off at the pool, wrap the show up here. So guys, thank you very much for watching. One more time, if you haven't done it, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you guys later on the baseball show. Have a good one.